Welcome back to the government report. Love him or hate him, but you can't deny one thing. Donald Trump knows how to make headlines. History will remember him as one of the greatest presidents, not for politics or drama, but for what he did with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Think about it. While other world leaders are busy ignoring or banning crypto, Trump did something opposite. He brought it into the national conversation, gave it legitimacy, and set the stage for how America handles digital. So was it strategy, luck, or just Trump being Trump? Whatever it was, his impact on crypto is way bigger than people think. Let's break it down how the man once known for real estate and reality TV became the world's biggest crypto leader. The vision that changed everything. You know, people laughed when Trump first started talking about Bitcoin. They said, there's no way a US president would ever take crypto seriously. But what happened next flipped the entire financial world upside down. On January 23, 2025, Trump signed Executive Order 14,178, strengthening American leadership in digital financial technology. And that one move, it completely rewired how America approaches money. For years, Washington treated crypto like a problem. Trump turned it into an opportunity. He scrapped President Biden's old order that limited crypto growth, shut down what the industry called Operation Chokepoint 2.0, and most importantly, banned the creation of a government-controlled digital dollar that could have tracked citizens' spending. In short, he said, no big brother money. Within hours, his administration started clearing the red tape that had strangled innovation for years. And for the first time, the US government didn't just tolerate crypto, it embraced it. The message was clear. America wasn't going to sit back and let other countries like China or the EU dominate the future of money. Trump wanted the US to lead, and he wasn't playing around. This wasn't just another executive order, it was a declaration of war, a financial one, to make America the crypto capital of the world. Building the strategic Bitcoin reserve. Now here's where things get really wild. Trump didn't stop at deregulating crypto. He went all in. On March 6, 2025, he created something no country had ever done before, the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve. Think of it like the gold reserves in Fort Knox, but digital. This wasn't some experiment. This was the US government officially treating Bitcoin as a strategic asset. The government already had over 200,000 Bitcoins seized from criminal cases, worth about $17 billion. But instead of selling them off like before, Trump's new policy locked them away permanently as part of the National Reserve. He basically said, these coins stay in America. The goal was simple but genius. Make Bitcoin part of America's long-term economic strength. Treasury officials were ordered to develop strategies to buy more Bitcoin without using taxpayer money. That means the US could slowly accumulate more digital gold without hurting the budget. Bitcoin wasn't alone, though. The new US digital asset stockpile also included Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and Cardano, a diversified crypto portfolio that immediately sent the market flying. Cardano shot up over 70%, XRP gained 40%, and Solana jumped 20% in just days. Crazy, right? Analysts called it the most strategic financial move of the decade. Trump basically turned what people once mocked as internet money into an official US economic weapon. And trust me, the world noticed, because when America treats Bitcoin like gold, everyone else has to rethink what money really is. The laws that made it all legal. Now let's talk about the laws that made this whole system actually work. Trump wasn't just signing flashy executive orders, he was rebuilding the rules of the game. In July 2025, he signed the Genius Act, which stands for Guiding and Establishing National Innovation for U.S. Stablecoins. That law became the backbone of the American crypto market. Here's what it did. It forced every stablecoin to be fully backed by real U.S. dollars or other safe assets. No fake promises, no shady reserves, every digital dollar had to be real. That move created massive trust. Investors from around the world started pouring in because they knew the US stablecoin system was now the safest in the world. Then came the Clarity Act, which Trump pushed through with rare bipartisan support. This one separated digital assets into three categories: digital commodities, investment tokens, and payment stablecoins. That might sound technical, but here's why it mattered. Before this law, no one knew which government agency was in charge. Now the CFTC handles most crypto assets, and the SEC deals only with securities like tokens. Finally, clear rules. This was something the industry had begged for since 2017, and once the confusion vanished, crypto companies could finally innovate without fear of being sued. It wasn't luck, it was structure. Trump gave the crypto industry the one thing it never had before: clarity and confidence. Bitcoin's big boom. After Trump's policies kicked in, Bitcoin shot up like a rocket. By October 2025, Bitcoin hit $125,800, a 34% jump just since January. That wasn't a coincidence. It was confidence. Investors finally believed the US was serious about digital finance. Analysts predicted Bitcoin could hit $160,000 before the year ended, and with Trump's framework stabilizing the market, it didn't sound crazy anymore. Even institutions, the big Wall Street players, joined in. Bitcoin ETFs, exchange-traded funds, saw $3.2 billion of new money in a single week. It was the second largest inflow since Bitcoin ETFs launched in early 2024. Think about that. Banks, pension funds, and corporations, people who once called Bitcoin fake, were now buying billions worth of it. And it wasn't just Bitcoin. The entire crypto market hit over $4 trillion, almost doubling within a year. Suddenly, the US wasn't chasing trends, it was setting them. This wasn't just a bull run, it was a statement that America had taken control of the digital economy. There was one more major wall Trump had to knock down, the one between traditional banks and crypto. For years, a little-known SEC rule called SAB 121 had scared banks away. It forced them to count every crypto asset they held for customers as a liability. Basically, if a bank wanted to hold Bitcoin for you, it had to treat that Bitcoin like a debt on its balance sheet. It made no sense, and it stopped banks from getting involved. Trump killed that rule on his very first day in office through SAB 122, freeing banks to finally enter the crypto space. Rob Nichols, head of the American Bankers Association, said it best. "We've been fighting for this change for years. Now banks can offer crypto custody, trading, lending, and even DeFi integration. They can tokenize real-world assets like real estate or treasury bills. This was the missing piece, traditional finance merging with the crypto world. And once that door opened, the big players walked right through." The economic ripple. You can't talk about Trump's crypto revolution without looking at the numbers, because the numbers don't lie. Trump's policies didn't just make headlines, they made jobs. The Genius Act and Clarity Act opened the floodgates for venture capital and corporate money to pour into US-based crypto companies. Finally, investors could plan long-term because they knew the government had their back instead of waiting to shut them down. Billions in new funding went straight into startups building blockchain infrastructure, crypto wallets, exchanges, and even AI-powered finance tools. That meant new jobs, from engineers and blockchain developers to compliance experts and cybersecurity professionals. Even the mining industry, which had been on the ropes for years, came roaring back. With Trump's friendly policies, companies could invest in new equipment, build larger facilities, and expand operations without fear of being outlawed overnight. America slowly regained its spot as one of the top Bitcoin mining nations in the world. And it's not just about tech jobs. Traditional finance saw a surge, too. Bitcoin ETFs and crypto-backed investment products brought a flood of institutional capital into the US economy. Each ETF means analysts, fund managers, legal experts, and service providers, all working under the American flag. Then there's the stablecoin boom. Over $240 billion worth of stablecoins now circulate globally, most of them pegged to the US dollar. That means every digital transaction using those coins strengthens the dollar's dominance and increases demand for US Treasury bills. Basically, every time someone spends a US-backed stablecoin abroad, it's another small win for the American economy. It wasn't just crypto traders who got rich. It was America itself that cashed in. What Trump did differently from every other leader is this. He didn't treat crypto like a toy for tech geeks or a scam for gamblers. He treated it like a strategic weapon. Under his leadership, blockchain wasn't just about trading coins. It became part of America's infrastructure. Supply chains, digital identity systems, real estate titles, and even government records are now being explored on blockchain. It's about transparency, security, and independence. Trump's policies pushed for these technologies to be developed inside America, not outsourced overseas. He wanted to ensure that the future of blockchain and the data it protects stayed under US control. And that decision turned out to be a masterstroke, because while China banned crypto and the EU buried itself in red tape, companies from those regions started moving to the US to take advantage of the open market Trump created. That flood of foreign investment didn't just bring money. It brought talent. Developers, engineers, economists, and innovators came chasing opportunity. America became the brain center of the digital financial revolution. For the first time in decades, the world wasn't just watching America, it was following America's lead. A digital gold currency. Now the same people who once mocked Bitcoin as fake money are calling it digital gold. Under Trump's leadership, that nickname became reality. His creation of the strategic Bitcoin reserve gave Bitcoin a government-level endorsement. That one move made it legitimate, not just to investors, but to entire nations. Every major financial institution started treating Bitcoin like a long-term hedge against inflation and currency collapse. It became the go-to asset during uncertain times. Even JP Morgan analysts said Bitcoin had officially become part of the debasement trade. meaning it's now used as protection against the weakening of traditional currencies. That's no small deal. It's the same role gold played for over a century. And who made it happen? Trump, by taking it seriously when everyone else didn't. Gold built the old America. Bitcoin might just build the new one. While Trump was busy building America's crypto empire, other nations were fumbling. The European Union kept arguing over regulations. China banned crypto trading entirely. Even Canada struggled to define what counted as a digital asset. Meanwhile, the US had already moved light years ahead, with laws, reserves, and an entire financial structure built around crypto. And when other countries want to trade, develop, or launch digital currencies, they'll have to follow America's rules. That's massive. It's not just about financial dominance, it's about digital sovereignty. America now controls the standards for how digital assets are used, traded, and stored around the world. Foreign companies looking to launch US-backed stablecoins or Bitcoin ETFs now must comply with US regulations. And that gives Washington more leverage than ever before. In short, Trump didn't just lead the crypto revolution, he wrote the rulebook for it. The next global currency war won't be fought with banks, it'll be fought with code. And America's already winning. Here's something people underestimate. Crypto innovation doesn't just help finance, it helped each and every sector. Blockchain is the foundation for technologies like artificial intelligence, smart contracts, and digital identity systems. It's the infrastructure that will power future government operations, healthcare, real estate, and even defense. By positioning America as the leader in blockchain, Trump indirectly secured dominance in those other fields too. He didn't just create a crypto boom, he sparked a technological domino effect that's already reshaping the US economy. Tech giants like Google, Meta, and Microsoft are all racing to integrate blockchain-based tools into their systems. Even defense contractors are exploring military blockchain applications to secure communications and logistics. It's all connected, and it all started because Trump dared to move first. Bitcoin was just the beginning. What comes next will redefine what true power means. How history will remember him. Decades from now, when historians look back at Trump's presidency, they won't just talk about his tweets or controversies. They'll talk about how he changed the financial DNA of America. He took a nation that mocked Bitcoin and turned it into the world's crypto leader. He created laws, reserves, and systems that gave the digital economy real legitimacy. And he did it at a time when the rest of the world was still scared to touch it. Just as Alexander Hamilton built America's early financial system, Trump built its digital one. His crypto revolution put the US back in control of the global economy, not through oil or gold or war, but through technology. And that's something no other president has ever done. Some presidents change laws, others change eras. Trump might have changed money itself. When you zoom out, it's clear. Trump's cryptocurrency policies weren't just economic moves, they were historical pivots. He saw that the future of power wouldn't be tanks or missiles, it would be algorithms, blockchain, and digital finance, and he made sure America led that charge. The strategic Bitcoin reserve gave the US leverage in global finance. The Genius and Clarity Acts gave the market structure. The repeal of old rules like SAB 121 gave banks freedom to participate, and together these decisions made America unstoppable in the digital economy. Critics can say whatever they want, but the results are undeniable. Bitcoin soared, jobs multiplied, the dollar stayed strong, and the US became the epicenter of the world's next financial revolution. Call him controversial, call him bold, but when the history books are written, they'll call him something else. The man who made America the crypto empire of the world. What do you think about this? Share your thoughts and let me know.